Hello, I am Mohammed Saman Shahid. No. About exploring creativity.
Absolutely. I'd love to dive into that. Let me know what specific aspects of creativity you're curious about, and we can explore them together.
How do you personally define creativity?
For me, creativity is all about connecting ideas in new and unexpected ways. It's about outside the box, experimenting without fear of failure, unique solutions or expressions. It can show up in art, in problem solving, in everyday life, basically anywhere that imagination meets action.
Do you believe creativity is an innate talent or learned skill?
I think it's a blend of both. Some people might have a natural inclination or talent for creativity, but it's definitely a skill that can be nurtured over time. Practice, exposure to new experiences, and a willingness to experiment, anyone can enhance their creative
What
abilities.
inspires your creative process the most?
I find inspiration in a lot of places: nature, diverse perspectives, new experiences, and even everyday challenges. I also love drawing inspiration from other creative fields like art, music, and literature. Ultimately, it's about staying curious and open to the world around me.
Can creativity be taught or does it come naturally? How do you overcome creative blocks or lack of inspiration?
I definitely believe creativity can be taught and nurtured. With the right techniques, exercises, and a supportive environment, people can definitely grow their creative skills. And when it comes to blocks, I find that changing your environment, trying new things, breaks, and even collaborating with others can help reignite the spark.
What role does curiosity play in creativity? How do emotions influence creative thinking?
Curiosity is absolutely foundational to creativity. It drives us to explore, ask questions, and seek out new knowledge, which in turn fuels ideas. Emotions also play a huge role. They can shape our perspective, deepen our empathy, and even drive our motivation. Sometimes intense emotions can lead to powerful creative expressions, while positive emotions can open us up to more playful and experimental thinking.
Do you think technology enhances or limits creativity?
I think it can do both depending on how we use it. Technology definitely enhances creativity by providing new tools, platforms, and ways to collaborate that were unimaginable before. At the same time, it can sometimes limit creativity if we rely too heavily on it or if it stifles our own original thinking. Ultimately, it comes down to balance and intentionality in how we integrate technology into the creative process.
How do you balance structure with creative freedom and how environment makes you feel most creative?
Balancing structure and creative freedom is definitely key. I find that having a loose framework or set goals can provide direction and focus while leaving enough room for spontaneity and experimentation. Environment, I'm most creative in spaces that are comfortable and free from distractions. Things like natural light, a bit of greenery, and even some background music can really help creativity.
Who are your biggest creative influences or role models? How does collaboration impact creativity?
I draw inspiration from a wide range of people: artists, writers, scientists, and thinkers across different fields. For instance, I'm inspired by visionaries like Leonardo da Vinci, blended art and science, and also modern innovators who push boundaries in technology and design. Collaboration is huge for creativity because it brings together diverse perspectives, ideas, and skills, often leading to more innovative and well rounded outcomes.
What's one misconception people have about creativity?
One common misconception is that creativity is only about artistic talent, to be naturally gifted, to be creative. In reality, creativity shows up in countless forms and is something that can be developed and nurtured by anyone, regardless of their background or field.
How do you maintain originality in a world full of trends? How do you think AI affects human creativity?
Maintaining originality often comes down to staying true to your unique perspective and experiences and not just following the crowd. It's about blending influences in a way that's personal and authentic. As for AI, it can be a powerful tool that amplifies human creativity by handling repetitive tasks, offering new ideas, and even inspiring novel connections. At the same time, it's important to keep the human element, intuition, emotion, and personal experience at the core of creativity.
Do deadlines help or hinder your creative process?
I think it can go both ways. Deadlines can definitely help by providing focus and motivation, pushing you to get things done and sparking creativity under pressure. On the other hand, too tight deadlines can sometimes create stress and exploration. It really comes down to finding a balance, using deadlines as a helpful motivator, but also allowing enough space for creativity to flourish.
How do you measure the success of a creative idea?
Measuring the success of a creative idea can be pretty multifaceted. It could be about the impact it has on its audience, how well it resonates emotionally, or even how effectively it solves a problem. It can also be about the level of engagement it generates, feedback from others, and sometimes even just the personal fulfillment and growth that comes from the creative process itself.
How do you stay motivated when your creativity is challenged? In my opinion, what's the relationship between creativity and innovation? What's your opinion?
Staying motivated during creative challenges often comes down to embracing persistence and curiosity. I like to remind myself of the bigger picture, celebrate small wins, and sometimes even take breaks to gain fresh perspective. As for creativity and innovation, I see them as closely. Creativity is the spark, the generation of new ideas, while innovation is the application of those ideas to create tangible value or solutions. In other words, creativity generates possibilities and innovation turns those possibilities into reality.
How can failure or mistakes contribute to creativity?
Failure and mistakes are actually powerful catalysts for creativity. They provide learning experiences, help us refine our ideas, and often lead to brilliance. In SMEs, each misstep can be a stepping stone to
What role does imagination play in real world problems, and how can creative thinking help in non artistic careers? What is creativity? How do you see the future of creativity evolving in the next decade? ChatGPT. Thank you, ChatGPT.